Well, I'm coming to this from a consumer angle where I just don't have the kind of money to put $20,000 or $16,000 into a solar system or anything. I just struggled enough to put a new roof on my house last year and do some structural repairs. So for me, there has always been the question, how do I do this realistically without going bankrupt or in debt? So let's see whether, so just as an overview, again, you saw this slide earlier, there are other approaches of getting solar without the huge price tag. And some of it is summarized under this term community solar, but that's one of those terms, you Google it, and you get all these different definitions and all these different approaches. And basically, these are some of the approaches you've seen earlier on the slide. Now, the group that, going back, and I think Bill mentioned this Delaware County Solar Co-op earlier, where homeowners get together and they bid out a number of projects out together to get a discount. Well, I joined a group called Clintonville Energy Collaborative that has a totally different approach to community solar. And the approach, I don't know, it came up about 2 years ago that people in Clintonville got together and their goal was that each street should have at least one solar roof before the energy credits run out. Well, fortunately, they extended them. And you know, these processes always take way longer than anybody would expect. But the approach this group takes is there are a number of neighbors that became members of the Care Share Time Bank. I don't know whether, who's familiar with time banking? Nobody, okay. Time banking is an alternative economy where you don't pay somebody for their labor. You're paying, not in cash, you're paying in time. And whether you're, you know, a neurosurgeon or a cleaning person, your hour is worth an hour. It doesn't matter what service you provide for it. So time banks exist in the United States. There are different ones, and internationally, they are, you know, they've found some pretty good penetration. So what happens is, let's say I really like mowing lawns, so I go to Bill's house and mow his lawn, and it takes me an hour and a half, and he gives me a credit and a half. So now I have a credit and a half, and I really hate cleaning my house. So I may go and hire, you know, one of you out there to clean my house for an hour and a half. So it's not that Bill now has to come and clean my house. It's a network, and you're investing time. So people in my collaborative are all part of this time-sharing bank. So whenever we put in time, like a meeting is investing in the community, and the timeshare bank is printing the money and is paying us for the energy and work that we're putting into the community. So all of us as a group in this collaborative, we've already earned many hours of, you know, time in the time bank. Now, when it comes to an installation, we help each other apply for the permits. And I'm in that stage right now. Oh my God, I've done so many drawings and looked at so many websites and instruction on how to fill in the permit applications. So I'm, you know, both with the city and with AEP. So I'm getting pretty close. And so people from the group help me with that. And every time that happens, I'm paying them in time for it. When it comes to the installation, people basically, it's this, I came up with this, oh, this is just the one that was mentioned before. I call it the barn raising model of solar installations, where basically the community in this group comes together and installs these systems in people's yards or on people's roofs. Now, I am not climbing roofs, in particular not my two-story part of the house where the solar panels are going. Fortunately, we have some professionals on our team that actually, from the company that installed the Minster, Ohio large-scale installation, and they actually climb roofs. And there are some younger people too who are going into solar installation as their jobs, and they want to get experience. And we go through the whole OSHA training, and we have harnesses, and I mean it's totally above board and totally awesome. So, and there's enough to do on the ground. Like there are a lot of things to assemble, and so everybody gets something to do. And everybody earns time, and then when your installation comes, you pay your fellow group members with the time credits that you have. So that is our particular model. And for my particular case, I have almost no south-facing roof. The little piece that I have has 2 vents and kind of I did away with my chimney. I found out I didn't really need it anymore. It was kind of collapsing anyway, and my high-efficiency furnace goes out the side of the house anyway. And the water heater really only needed kind of a pipe that sticks out of the house. So although I gained some space there, I only have 3 panels that will be south-facing. But since we heard earlier, since we have microinverters now and actually optimizers, that's also per panel, and if any of the panels breaks or anything goes wrong, it can be easily identified and it doesn't influence the other panels. So I will actually have optimizers on my panels. I was told it doesn't make that much of a difference because I will have panels east-facing, west-facing, and 3 of them south-facing. I will have a total of 13. I'm looking at 325 or 335 watt panels. And just to show you how popular solar installations are right now, they're actually almost hard to get right now. So to get really good prices, you just have to buy a pallet of them. So I'm probably going to get together with one of the other homeowners we are at the same place approximately with our permit applications and almost ready to hand those in. So we may actually get together, the 2 of us, and buy the panels together. So basically the members of this group, and again, this could be formed in any neighborhood, whatever, all you have is the material costs. So it's worth thinking about. I think it's worth investing my time into. Other people may decide that they rather pay for those services rather than put that much of their own time in it. But it's just an alternative to think about for your own, neighborhood or wherever, you live, village, town, city, whatever. And one more thing, I did look into, I was kind of disappointed that, when the grid goes off, your system goes off too unless you have batteries. But I found out that traditional batteries aren't only expensive, they also require proper venting and maintenance. And that is something I have in my tiny little decrepit partial basement in a 100-year-old house. I don't have that. So even under the best of circumstances, I could not go with traditional batteries. I will put one panel up though that goes to a marine battery, like a solar generator, that will be divorced from the system, will not be hooked up, and that will provide me with some electricity as the general supply as the grid goes down. So that's my story.